From KETK, you're watching East Texas Live.
Welcome back. Joining me now is Susie with For the Silent, and she's here to tell us more about what they do. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Yes, ma'am. So for people that don't know, can you just tell us a little bit about your organization?
Sure. For the Silent was really established to end commercial sex trafficking in Smith County. That's our vision.
Yes, ma'am. And so why do we need this type of organization here in East Texas?
Yeah, it does seem like it's really a remote issue when really it's right here under us, and especially with internet being so accessible and so in kids' hands. For the Silent exists to help stop the exploitation and manipulation of our children into a trafficking environment, and so they can get that exposure so easily without a parent even knowing that they've been exposed to something that really is dangerous and can lead them to just really taking some really risky behaviors.
Yes, ma'am. Can you share a success story from y'all's organization?
Sure. So we have advocacy in our organization, which means that they go in and they do group sessions with particularly girls who are at risk of being exploited or trafficked, and help to identify those who are likely a victim, and then they come alongside of them, and our advocates can help support them, whether it's a financial need, a home need, anything that might be part of what's contributing to the exploitation. They can help come in and resource that particular girl. So one of our recent success stories is we had a girl who had experienced some really traumatic things, and our advocacy was able to come alongside of her and then even help her with some job skills, some interview skills, help get her a job placement so that she's able to resource herself as she gets older, and just to watch her bloom in that space and become independent and more confident, and not really be victimized and really begin to see herself as a survivor. That's our win, is for them to see themselves as a survivor and be able to get out of that behavior and lifestyle.
Yes, ma'am. What does it mean to be able to offer that to the community?
Well, I think really awareness for the community is so key, to realize it's happening much more frequently than we're aware of, that that cell phone is one of the first introductions. And so it's really important to me and to our organization that parents, that caregivers, that teachers, educators, coaches have the knowledge to be able to recognize some of these dangers and behaviors so that we can get ahead of it. We really don't want to be in the business of intervention. We want to be in the business of prevention and keeping these young people from ever having to encounter an experience where they're exploited or manipulated, commercially, without any support. They need people to intervene for them, and so For the Silent really has a big mission to be able to help stop that.
Yes, ma'am. And so what should our audience kind of be aware of that might be a sign that a young person is a victim of trafficking? That's
a great question. And sometimes we are blindsided. We have no idea. And there are risk factors that make some youth more at risk of this kind of outcome than others. But really, all of our kids are at risk because they're all exposed to social media, and so we don't want to incite fear or control, or for parents to become hyper vigilant. We want them to be empowered to be aware. So if they see behavior shifts, like a change in relationships, their children are connecting to a much older person on a regular basis, unexplained gifts start coming to this child that really the parent doesn't know the source of the gift. If the child is withdrawing significantly or really exhibiting anger behaviors, if they're excessively absent from school, all of those things, they don't universally indicate that exploitation or trafficking is what's happening with that particular child, but they certainly are indicators that parents need to be aware and push into those conversations without judgment, to be able to begin to open lines of communication. And it's not always a parent who recognizes this. Sometimes it is another adult in their life, whether it be from a school atmosphere or neighborhood or whatever. Watching and being aware of young people around us and seeing those signs really will help lead to conversations. And of course, you can reach out to For the Silent, forthesilent.org. We have a referral. If you're concerned, you can always reach out in that way, and we can begin to come alongside.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming in and telling us all about it.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. For more information, go to the website right there on your screen.